Hey everyone, it's Robin, RS Island Crafts. Welcome to my neighborhood. I've been so busy doing the prep for the hurricane that someone left me a comment and reminded me, hey, Robin, you're a YouTuber, you can make videos for us. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you what's going on in my neighborhood this morning. You guys know I live on a very busy road, so I have my microphone on. Hopefully the sound does good and you guys can hear me. It's going to get worse once the storm actually hits, but it is 8:04 on Tuesday morning and it has been raining in this drizzly, dreary way since about midnight. Normally on Instagram I put up pictures of the sunrise and this is facing east. There is no sunrise today. It is going to be gloomy and overcast for several days now. Let me just take you around a little bit in my yard so that when future videos come out, you guys will have an idea of where we're talking about. I have my umbrella because it is drizzling. Now, normally in a regular summertime rainstorm, this is a dip in my driveway. This will fill up to rain up to about here. And right along here, you can kind of see the difference in the grass. So my grass, it'll be underwater all the way up to about here, and that's just on a normal rainy day. We still have some birds out. I don't think you can see them flying. There they are. So as long as there's birds out, I know we're relatively okay. Here is my palm tree that is taller than my house, so it's probably up to about 15 feet tall. This is my neighbor's yard with her trees. When I open up my front door and I show you the storm, I'll be able to show you that tree with the wind blowing, as long as I'm able to open up my front door. A lot of times the wind is coming directly at it and the door is unable to open. My road here will be underwater. There's a little bit of a gully, slight one there, and this grass is raised up. So that main road, there's also a big ditch on the other side, and then the big road that you see. Oh, by the way, I'm in Cape Coral, Florida, so for anyone who's watching this, that's about 2 hours south of Tampa on the Gulf Coast of Florida. I am about a handful or so miles, maybe about 7 miles from the Gulf Coast. So we are at this location. I am in flood zone C or D, I believe. Now flood zone A is already being evacuated. They are going to get a severe storm surge that is 100%, this is what they're calling a wet storm. That means instead of the severe high winds, we need to worry about the water. At some point it's going to be high tide several times during this storm, so there will be flooding. My road will be flooded. I don't bother driving in it because I don't have to, but my car is reasonably up. It's not high up like a truck, but it can pass through most of the water. The thing is once you start leaving my neighborhood, there is a low-lying area that is at a four-way with a major intersection. There's a light down there, I should say, and that light, that area gets flooded. So then there is that, when we leave my neighborhood and we get going down to there is a light down there. So that traffic light right down there, that area has a really big dip, so it really dips down and there's no way of driving through that intersection safely with my car, so there's just no point in going. And if I go this way, this intersection up here also at that four-way where everyone is stopping, that is going to get underwater. The winds are picking up. I'm having a hard time holding my umbrella actually. This whole area is going to flood, but that's where the drainage area is. You can see where the neighbor's yard is higher up. The year this house was built, you had to be higher up. I don't have that hill here at all in my yard. I just have a basic little bit of a slope to my yard. So that should hopefully keep the water from my house. This side yard over here, this is where you guys have seen my hibiscus. I brought all of those inside, so I don't have to worry about that. But this side area here where my air conditioning is, that's my old water system. It's not in use anymore because I have city water. But right there I have a side garage door. This whole area is usually ankle deep or higher in water. Now as we get going back here, you can see my neighbor on this side has a lot of palm trees and other different types of trees. Now this is what I can see from my back door. Let me take you over there. I just have one orange tree. My neighbors have their fences and everything like that. So this is where I will be able to show you how bad the wind is. But my back door, my sliding glass door what does it have? It has, sorry, it has limousine tinting on it. So everything is pretty dark, but hopefully we'll be able to see it. Once the storm starts hitting, we don't open windows and doors if we can help it. So I'll just be doing as best as I can through the actual closed windows. So we'll see these things. Their trees tend to, they're tall and spindly, so they tend to like spin in circles and stuff when the storm is coming. It's really kind of freaky. My neighbor, they're lanai. They have a pool back there and everything. And unfortunately for them, it wasn't quite graded right. So this whole back corner here tends to fill with water. Now my backyard has some low-lying areas, and Florida's flat, so low-lying is relative. But there are some areas where it dips down a little. So this whole section here will be very full. It'll be a giant puddle. And then over in this area, we had an above ground pool at one point, so it's a little bit sunken down here. So this area will be full of water. Now, eventually, as the storm comes through, it will be over ankle deep everywhere in my backyard. But I have a little bit of a dip down before you get to my house, so it does have some area there. And of course, my foundation. So we're hoping, of course, that everything is safe and we don't have to worry about any water. My side yard on this side also gets pretty flooded. It's been raining so much that the ground is super soggy, so it can't absorb anything. And as you can see, my neighbors are both up higher than me, and they used to be, you can see a little bit right there. There used to be a trench. They are required to keep that maintained so that all the water that comes down from their higher elevation follows that trench out into the road and down into the storm drain area. But of course, nobody ever maintains that, and there's not much I can do anyway, except for to go onto someone else's property and dig it out. I'm not putting a trench in my yard, and it'll drain out. It's not that big of a deal on most times, so it'll be fine. But that just gives you an idea of the only reason why my yard will actually flood is because of their higher elevation. And it's the same thing with her house. Now her house isn't as high up. It all depends on what year your house was built. Mine was built in 1987, 88, I believe. So everything was flat, and because of the whole septic and sewer system is why it's like that. Now with me being on city water, I've never been through a hurricane with city water. So hopefully, even if the power does go out, and I will still have water. Of course, not hot water, but hey, as long as you can flush toilets and get something to drink, unless we go on to a boil water notice. I have extra gallons of water for the pets and for cooking. I have a couple cases of water, drinkable bottled water for myself, so we are good there. The only thing I have left to do this morning is I'm baking bread. So I have some bread out on the counter, hoping it'll rise up for me, even with the way the weather is right now. And I want to make some homemade pizza for tonight. I need to pack my to-go bag. I have most of it ready. I was just waiting to do the last bit of laundry and to get the little extras packed. So in case I do have to leave for whatever reason, I will be all set to go. Me and the girls, my 3 cats, will be ready to go at any notice. But our skies are going to look like this for quite a while. This is a relatively slow-moving storm, which is bad news, really. You want it to kind of get in and get out. It's going to be over 24 hours once we actually hit it. These are the outermost bands, unless I've already said that before. My apologies. I'm just kind of rambling off whatever pops into my head to keep you guys informed. So these are the outer bands. You can see, hopefully, the clouds that are moving pretty quickly through there. We are looking at a Category 4 storm when it's off of our coast, so we'll see how that looks. And it all depends. The storm could just blow by and make landfall north of us, a few hours north in Tampa or even higher up. It can move off to the west, or it can just get all kind of crazy and make a turn and turn right east and slam right into us. So we don't know until the storm makes landfall. You hold your breath and you prepare and you wait and see what happens. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. I will keep making the videos and uploading them as long as I possibly can. If the internet gets kind of wonky, I'll save them until afterwards. But just know that I am prepared. My kids are prepared. Justin and Miranda are both working today. I know Miranda is. Stores and everything aren't closing yet. They'll close a little bit like earlier today. A lot of them are planning on closing around 3 o'clock. The schools are closed for today and tomorrow. They're talking about the worst of it being like overnight tonight, but then all day tomorrow. So schools are closed for Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly into Thursday. But again, hold your breath and pray and just wait and see what happens. That's how it is with a hurricane. You just never know what it's going to do. You can make an educated guess, but you just never know. All right, thank you guys so much for all of your prayers and well wishes. I am going to go and take care of what I can. I want to work on a couple of videos for you guys. I'm a little bit behind this week with all the preparations and stuff, so let's see what's going to happen. You do have a Whip It Wednesday coming out tomorrow. I do have a video set up for you for Friday, but we'll see if that's my bonus video for the week. So it's either going to show up for your Friday tutorial or it'll just show up sometime or another. I know you guys don't care. You just want to make sure that I am safe and we're taking care of everything. But I do like to stay on schedule. So that's it. I will ramble again later on today. Hit that like button if you want to make sure I don't blow away in the storm. Subscribe to my channel, and remember there is that email notification list down below in the description box. So anytime I pop up one of these little hurricane related videos, you'll get an email notification letting you know that it's up. Alright guys, I'm going to go in and check on my bread and get my to-go bag packed. Bye!